Hi guys, Everyday Knife Guy here, and we've got something very different for you today. This was sent to me for to get my thoughts and to do a review on. This is the Apocabox. It is one of the kind of upcoming trend, I guess, or fad. Well, maybe not fad, I don't know. They've been around for a long time. This kind of upcoming trend of subscription services, subscription gear services, whether you're into geek stuff or whether it's baby things or pet stuff, or in this case, prepping and survival and bushcraft and that kind of genre. Doesn't really matter what you're into, you can pretty much get a subscription box these days. We've all seen them, and this one, myapocabox.com or the Apocabox, is, as I say, all about survival and yeah, prepping basically. So yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. We're going to do just a quick unboxing today, see what's in here, and then we might see if there's anything in here that we can actually turn into some other videos and maybe do some little projects and stuff. It just depends what we get. I have a very quick look, but I've made a conscious effort not to look too much so that we can kind of share this together. And yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. So this is kind of the brainchild of a guy called Creek Stewart, who you may or may not have heard of, depending on how much you're into this kind of stuff. He is a sort of so-called survival expert, and I think you'd prefer to be called teacher. He has a wilderness survival training school, and is, you know, an expert in the field. So that's kind of his brainchild. So every 2 months, this is a bi-monthly service, you get a box full of stuff, includes a couple little projects and a few useful items, some EDC stuff, some gear, usually a handcrafted item, and I think it's $50 per box. There's a no quibble return thing, there's no contract, there is shipping on top of that, but it's supposed to be over $100 worth of gear. So the idea is that you get a bit of a surprise box, and you might get some cool stuff, and if you don't really like it, well, you can also, you know, not get another one, I guess. So anyway, let's go through it quickly. I'm going to just hold this up so you can pause if you wish to read through, or of course you can go to myapocabox.com and check out what's in them. So we have a fire kit patch, survival short story, a flag, honey straws, how to live under a tarp book, which I'm guessing relates to this. Yep. We get a tarp, an Aboriginal awl with Ojibwa bird snare kit. Am I saying that right? What else? Milkweed pod, latex balloons. This is one thing that I did look at out of the box, because along with each bi-monthly box, if you go online, there's lots of facts and information on what's in the box. So it's not just a case of they send you a bunch of gear and kind of leave it up to you just to, you know, absolutely work out what to do with everything. There's a lot of kind of support, which I think is good. If you go to, for example, myapocabox.com, February 2016 videos, there's a couple of videos that Creek made relating to how to use these, and actually, you know, 16-minute video on how to do this particular kind of task, which is quite cool. So, you know, if you're struggling with it, or if you want to see how he did it before you go out and ruin the supplies they sent you, then, you know, you can go ahead and do that first. But I'm waffling on here. Let's get into what we actually have. So there's the man himself. Creek Survival Skills Kit. Build your own fire piston kit. Now, I'm a bit of a novice when it comes to fire making. Fire piston is a completely new concept to me, so I took this out for a quick look before I did the video, and I think that's something that we might go ahead and do a video on, see if I can make a fire piston, or at least make an idiot of myself. And so we'll move this over here and lay some stuff out so we can see what we get. This will be the short story, Stuck. Okay. In here, I think this must be, yep, this is our milkweed pod, which is part of one of the activities in here, which is fire making using milkweed pod and these latex balloons. Now that is the video I was referring to. So if you go to myapocabox.com, I'll just show you that address again in case you want to check it out. Where is it? Yeah, right there. myapocabox.com/February 2016 videos. Creek actually has a video on how to make fire using just this, which is quite cool. So you can feel free to go check that out, whether you have this box or not. It's an interesting how-to. These are the honey straws, I think. So I've got bits of milkweed pod stuck to my fingers. Good to have in a survival bag, I guess, or your bug out bag. We have, this will be the Aboriginal awl, you can see in there. and bird snare kit, I guess. Don't know. Now all of these seem to have little instruction packs in them, which is obviously a kind of a very much a handmade kind of vibe to the whole thing, which is cool. It kind of fits in with what it is. It's not supposed to be a super slick kind of thing. We have a little fire patch here, Velcro back for putting on your fire kit. We have what's this? How to live under a tarp. So there's a bunch of different ways in here, it looks like, of how to rig up tarp shelters. So that's pretty useful, I think, for anyone, whether you've done it before or not. A bit of a reference guide there. Put that down here. And to go with that, we have tarp. So I'll probably get out and try and set up some of those. Might video that, I'm not sure. We have looks like Team Apocabox pennant. Team Apocabox, pretty cool. Might rig that up on top of my tarp. And anything else? Oh, we have some packing, and that's about it, guys. So we got, what I do like about it is there's a few activities. It's not just a case of here's a box of gear and you look at the gear and say, oh, you know, I wouldn't have picked that, I wouldn't have picked that, I might like one thing. Which from watching videos on some of these things, you kind of get that vibe. It's like, well, here's, you know, you get a box of stuff and there's one fixed blade knife that's quite cool and you're like, yeah, I like the knife, and what do you do with the rest of the stuff? You just kind of stick it in a drawer or whatever. I like the fact there's some activities here. It's kind of, for someone like me who kind of has an interest in the outdoors, I have very limited time at this point in my life to get out and do anything kind of camping, bushcraft, that kind of stuff. Although I have a huge kind of fascination with that and attraction to it, and as my kids get older I will do more of that sort of stuff. But at the moment it kind of gets me excited to go, you know, try out this stuff and try out the fire making that I watched in the video with this, and do some different stuff. So I think that's good, and I think that's kind of one of the aims of this, really. It's to teach you useful survival skills, obviously, but it's also to get you excited about learning about this sort of thing, and yeah, get you interested in it. So pretty cool, and I think I'd be happy with receiving that, and yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll have a look at some of these other things in detail in the future. Just wanted to show you an unboxing and what comes in this current edition of the Apocabox. Hope you enjoyed that, guys, and yeah, back in more videos soon. Cheers.